Okay, so now we're talking about finding the domain of a function. Okay, if a function is defined by equation and no domain is specified, then the domain will be the set of all real numbers, right? How do we model shorthand, or what are the two ways we can model if the domain is all real numbers? Okay, we can do the all real number symbol, right? And then the other way is is the negative infinity to positive infinity, right? I can state it like that. And last but not least, which is the least utilized, is writing it as an inequality. So we write negative infinity to positive infinity. Yes.
What does that word mean again?
It means all real numbers. So these are the ways that you can write if it's the all real numbers, right? Okay. When you have any other rules, you can exclude and specify. So like if you have to say it can't be 0, or it's only the even powers or even roots or no imaginaries. You can specify on your domain, but when there's no specification, we assume that it's going to be all real numbers. Agree? We're going forever to the left and forever to the right. Yeah? All right, so let's talk about ways to read a function. Here we have multiple representations of a function, and we want to determine one, if it's a function or just a relation. And if so, what is the domain and range of the function? Okay, so on A, is a function?
Yes.
Yes. Why is it a yes? My x's do not repeat. Okay, I'm functioning because I didn't go back to my x. I did not repeat. Okay. And also visually, it's going to be we're not on the graph, but when we get there, you're ready. Okay. So the domain here, we're going to list it out. This is called set notation. We're going to write it as a set. You're going to use the braces. My braces are the ugliest thing. We're going to roll with it. When you're listing it out, you want to, in a set, you list in numerical order. You can decide whether it's going to be increasing or decreasing, but you list it in numerical order and you do not repeat. Yes?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. So my domain, my smallest domain value is what? -3. Then we go to 1, then 2, then. Okay, easy enough. Same thing for the range. You decide whether you're going to be in increasing or decreasing order, and you do not repeat. I'm going to do my best to draw a brace again. Okay, so what is my smallest range value? -4. Then -2. Then 5. Then 6. So notice how I only wrote 5 how many times? Once. Okay. All right. On B, this is a mapping. So we had our ordered pairs. Now we're on to a mapping. Do you remember seeing mappings in Algebra 1?
Yes.
Yeah. We're about to ask you. Is it a function? No. Why is it not a function?
That's too long.
There you go. You just beat me to the question, Caroline. Oh, yes, because the x's did not repeat. Yes. B is not a function. This is just a relation. They have a complex situation over here. Okay. It's just a relation, and it's just a relation because I have 2 lines coming from the same x value. Agree? All right. Because this is already fairly easy and listed out for you, I'm just gonna write the domain in real quick. My domain is -6, -3, 2, and 3. And my range is -4, -2, -1, and 0. Yes, relations have domains and range. All right, C, is it a function?
Yes.
And why is it a function?
That's the verb.
Perfect. It is a function, and that's because it passes the vertical line test, the VLT. I can go vertically up and down, and I only hit 1 point at a time. Yes? Cool. All right. The domain here is going to be what? There we go. It's x values that are greater than or equal to -4. Does that make sense? When we write it, this is our inequality notation. To write it as a interval, we would say from -4 to positive infinity. Ringing bells? Okay. The range here. Yes.
What's the difference between the bracket and the parentheses?
So the bracket means that it's included. The parenthesis means that it's not. And in the terms of infinity, you can't include infinity because you can't stop it. Okay. Our range, y is greater than or equal to -2. And as an interval, that's going to be bracket what? Infinity. It'll ask you. We got to be comfortable with reading and writing in both. Okay. All right. This is where we'll pick up tomorrow. We did not make it to 4. What was our goal?